Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm Lou and I hope you're all tickety-boo today. So today I'm going to be doing my first Valentine's set, and what I've decided to do is do it in two parts because otherwise I think it'd be a really long video. The reason I'm doing it in two parts is because I want to explain how I've done this first part in a bit of detail really. So the second part will be going out on Friday. This will be posted on a Monday. The second part will be going out on Friday, and the second part will be the rest of the design on these tips. So for this one, I'm just wanting to show you how I'm doing the actual shape on the tips. I've started to do the tips the shape that I want them, and I've just left one because I'm going to show you how I did it. Now the tips that I've used are these ones. So they come like so, and I don't know if you can see, I think you might be able to just, excuse my grubby nails, you can see that there's the etched sort of pointers of where you can trim the nails and the shape that you can have them. So these are the ones that I've used. I've used these because I do want them more squared at the end initially. I'm going to be reshaping them. And I do want them quite long, but not too long. So these are the ones that I've used. And the soft tips, soft gel tips. So I've measured them out to fit on my left hand. I will be putting them on temporarily. And here they are. I'm going to show you one of them. I'll show you the pointer finger. Now I haven't done the middle finger, all the rest of them are shaped how I want them to be, but this is the pointer finger. Might look a little bit odd at the minute, but I've shaped the tip into a love heart shape. You can see there, please excuse my grub if I didn't realise how bad they were. I've taped the tip into a love heart shape. I've also filed over it so it looks like it does. So just give it a gentle file over the top as well, and blended in the tip part of it here a little bit to make it a little bit thinner. So yeah, that's my shape that I'm going for, and I'm going to show you how I've done it, and I'm going to be doing obviously a love art design on here that ties in with that. So I'll show you how I've done it. I'm going to do one of the nails. So all of those ones are done. Like I say, it's just the middle one that I haven't. So here's the middle one. As you can see, it's just squared. I've just cut a little bit, chopped a little bit off the end of it there. So I'm going to go in and show you how I do it. So I get this tool. I have used this on a previous set. So it comes like that when you buy it. And I struggled to find out how to get into it. And you do it the opposite way than you think. Turn it the opposite way than you think you'd turn it. So instead of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So and I've got my tip. And what I want to do is find just maybe 4 or 5 millimetres down. Because that's where I want my curve of my love art to go, down there. Come up a little bit closer. So I want it to go around there and round there. So I'm going to go, it's roughly about the point of where the next line would be if you're wanting to cut it off into a square. So it's roughly about there, and I'm going to go to the middle. So I'm doing it by eye, and I'm getting about there for the middle. So I'm just going to hold it there and then put it in the palm of my hand like that. So you're just holding it against it, and then you turn clockwise as you would, and just keep turning until it's pierced through it. And I do this as my guide initially. There we go. So I've got my little hole there. So that's my guide that I'm going to use with my file. So I'll just put that there and put this away. So I've got my drill out. I'm using this one. Well, this is the only one I have. And I've got the the pointy, really thin pointy drill bit on there, and you can use this for piercing as well. So I could have gone straight in with this in there, but I just prefer not to do it that way. I prefer to use the, you know, the handheld one, kind of the non-electric one, the little piercer instead, just to get my point, and then I go in with this one. That's what I found works best for me. But if you're wanting to do this, you can obviously do it the way, you know, that fits for you. So I'm going to turn this up to, switch it on, that I just hold my finger down on it. There's a little button there. I hold my finger down on it. This will light up, so this is your left or your right, or forward or reverse. I've got it in forward at the moment, and I want to turn it up to about 20. Now, I do have to be careful with this. Like I say, if you're wanting to do it, you find your own feet and have a little bit of a practice. Let me get my glasses on. So, what I'm going to do first, guys, is just put this down. Look, you better see better as well. It is a bit of an old tatty piece, but I'm just using it to collect the dust. I don't have a dust collector. I have one that's attached to a separate desk that I'm not using anymore, so it is something I do need to get, is a dust collector. Just don't have one at the moment. Oh, I've knocked it. Look, there we go. So here we are. You might better see better with that pinker background as well. I do hold it, you know, in a sort of tight little space to get the balance that I want with my drill and my hand. I do have it on a screen in front of me, so I can check that you're able to see. So hopefully you are able to. I'm going to make sure I do my best to, excuse me, to get it right for you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start from the top of the tip, and I'm going to work my way down to that little hole that I've made with the piercer. And it's just about getting your balance. So I'm balancing my hand, resting my hand on this hand. And this is why, I need to get it close to me and what have you. But I believe you can see there, I think. And I just start with gently doing it. And just do a little bit at a time, really. Obviously, I don't want to go too far down because I don't want the curve of this to be too wide. It needs to get narrower, obviously, at the bottom as you go down. Nearly there. So I'm almost there. Now, it might look a little bit misshaped and what have you at the moment, but I can sort that out. It's not a problem. I'm turning it upside down and then going from the other side. There we go. And then it's just a case of fiddling with it, really, and getting it to the desired shape that you want. So I'll take off these corners. Because obviously I'm going to be curving these. And these as well, on the edges, make it that curved as well. You can do that with a file as well, but I'm just taking the main edge off with this. I'm going to turn it the other way on my file, on my Right, now I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to do it to about 8, just because I want it to be on a go slow now. While I get my shape, I don't want to overdo it in any part. And you just keep pressing it, whether you want it to go forward or reverse, depending on which side you're doing. roughly as I want it to be there for the time being. I'm going to go in with my file. I'm just going to turn that off. All I need to do to pause it is press that once. Little button there, and then it's still on, ready for me how I left it. Just put it to one side. And then I've just got a file that's quite old. I've used it quite a bit. I don't want a very, very coarse one. And I'm just going to go in to do the edges. The outer edges. You'll see in some videos I've started to do a little bit of piercing, and I'm loving it. I think it's my favourite thing. I say that, you know, when I do these videos and I start doing something, I think this is my favourite. I just enjoy doing them all, I think. But yeah, just, you know, sometimes when you lay in bed and can't sleep, it often regularly happens to me that. I think about nails, unless I'm thinking about something else that I might want to not think about, and try and think about nails instead, especially at the moment. And I was just thinking about what to do for a Valentine's set. And I just thought, I wonder if you can just reshape the end of your tip into a love heart. So I gave it a try, and turns out that you can, in a fashion anyway. It's, you know, it's not perfect, and I suppose, you know, people out there who were much more experienced than me would get it 100% bang on. Maybe I'm not quite there, but I'm happy with what I've achieved with it. Like I say, I don't know the design I'm doing yet. I've got a little bit of an idea, but sometimes I don't know how you ladies or gents who do nails, I don't know whether you find it the same, that you'll have something in your mind and you'll start it and it'll just develop as you're doing it, really. You'll just add more things or do something a little bit different than what you initially imagined. And that's how I find it goes. So I'll have the initial idea, and then as you're doing your set, it gradually develops, really. So as you can see, I'm using one of these now. I find these are fantastic for getting into your little nooks and cranny bits, because they're quite soft, especially when you're doing this, because as you can see, I can get right in there with it. So it's perfect. Not quite shaped perfectly yet, but it will be by the time I've done. I'm going to go in with the e-file again, very carefully. I think I'm just going to press the button. That's all you need to do to switch it back on. Just press the button, and I'm going to turn it down to 6. I've got it down to 6 now. So this is an e-file that I've had it since I started, really. It was £40 from Amazon. I'll put the link in my description. It is fantastic. I've had no problems with it. All I'd say is that I'd love to have one that's cordless, you know, but won't we all? I know a lot of you lovely ladies have got them, and I aspire to get one when money allows, because I'd love to have one. But this does, you know, does the job that I need it to do for now. All I'm doing now is neatening it up just carefully, because, you know, I could really lose my shape if I'm not careful, and I don't want to do that. So I think I'm happy with that now. I'm going to go in it with the hand file. I'm going to turn that completely off now because I've done with it. So just hold the button down and it just goes off. Perfect. And it is a, you know, it is a rechargeable one. It's just that it's got the cord on it. But it is rechargeable. It's got the port there, look. Which is good. I like it, the fact that it's rechargeable. And it lasts ages just to charge as well. There's no brand name on it. It just says nail drill. But like I said, I'll put the description in the... I'll put the link to it in the description, should I say. I think you can get them other colours as well. I think there's like a silver one. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that now, to be fair. So what I'm going to do next is decided to do a couple more piercings on this one. So I'll show you what I'm going to do, what's in my mind with these. I'm going to put a hole. We turn my light up a little bit more actually. There we go. So I want a piercing, saying a hole. I want a piercing about there, in the middle of that. So let me make my marker again. There we go, one there, and one at this side as well. So I'm going to do it about there. Just gently push while you're turning it. Obviously make sure your finger's not in the way at the other side. There we go. That's them two. And then I'm also going to put one about, let's say about there. And another one, I think this is my middle nail, so I don't want to go too low. Oh, that's fine, as long as I don't go past that mark there. So this next one will be around, let's say about there, because I want to do quite big holes as well for these ones, and you'll see why. Let's move my finger out of the way, make sure I don't go through to my finger. Don't think that's quite central, but it's fine. I can sort that out with my drill. Right, so that's let me get my drill. Make these ones a bit bigger. I'm hoping. Alright, turn it on. Up to 20, because it needs to be that, otherwise it does get stuck. So I just need to make sure you get your balance. Like I say, you find your own way, guys. I'm not telling you to do it this way. This is just how I do it, and I'm comfortable doing it like this. So I'm going to go to my first one. I'm steadying my hand, and I'm steadying this hand as well with those fingers, and I'm happy to do it like this. So I'm going to go in this first one, and I think it makes it, for me, because I've already pierced the hole, I've got that starting point, so I'm not trying to make that and going all over the place, so it does make it a lot sturdier. So I'm going to make this hole. There we go, I'm happy with that one. And do it again on this side. I need to try and get them as level as I can, so I need to come down a little bit with this one, I think. So I'm balancing myself again. Going through on this one. Yeah, let's make that a bit bigger. Yeah, I think they're spot on, to be fair. A bit more rounded, I think. Perfect. And that one, a little bit more rounded. There we go, happy with those. And this next one wants to be a bit bigger. Well, a lot bigger than what it is at the minute, but slightly bigger than those other two that I've done. I'm going off on an angle. Look, I don't know whether you can see there. It's not quite circular, but that's fine because I need it big anyway. I just need to get my... There we go. Getting it rounded now. Like I say, I want this a little bit bigger. That's about right. I'm just going to make sure it's more circular as well, the shape. You can see that there. I'm happy with that. And then this one, about the same as that one then. It's a little bit lower down, so again, make sure your finger's not in the way. I've got it well rested, got this well rested on my hand. Now I need to come over a little bit, so. What I'm doing here, because I need to go over to the right a little bit, so when I'm putting it through, I'm sort of ever so slightly pushing over more to the right. There we go, I think. Don't know whether they're going to need to be a tad, ever so slightly bigger, I think. No, I think they'll be alright actually. Right, let me turn this off. Hold my finger down. That's turned off now. I'm just going to go over it like I did before. I'll go over it with this first. Just to smooth it out a little bit. Smaller one for in there. This little one's ideal. There we go. So there we have it on that one. I have my design in mind for this one. So yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, I'm going to do it in part 2. I hope you've liked me showing you how to do the piercing. Like I say, I'm not advocating that you do it the same way as me or the same speed as me. Please err with caution when you're using, you know, your piercing tool and the tools. I'm just showing you how I've done it, that's all. So yeah, I'm ready here now for the next part of the designing of these tips. So that'll be part 2, which will go out on Friday. So I hope you all come back to watch that one. And thank you ever so much for watching this. I hope you've learnt a little bit maybe, or it's got you in the mood to do a little bit of piercing as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you're all doing okay. I know I'll be back on Friday, but if you can't be good, be careful. See you soon, guys. Bye.